All right, I'd like to introduce you guys to a new segment of the show. Ask Will Mosley. Go ahead, snap it. Sweet. Seatbelt on? Okay, we got seatbelts on. Dope. Look here and not into the screen. You can put the screen back if you want, and you should be good to go.
All right.
So we have the infamous Jacob Bowman. Also goes by Malik, also goes by Sleepy God.
And Sloth.
And Sloth. He goes by
a lot of names.
A lot of names. So what we're going to do here today is usually, and I find this happens all the time in the car, I'll go and pick up Jacob. He's like, Will, I need your advice on something. And he asks me like a question, and then Will has his Will answer, and we just kind of go back and forth like brothers do. So that's what we're going to do here today. Flip that screen back.
This?
Yep, just flip it back. Nope. Yep, there you go. Whoa, that's good too. So you ain't looking at it. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. What's your question, Jacob?
Okay, we're gonna start off because we played a game last night that I was very unattentive to, or kind of like unfair because they had an advantage on me. But I still did my best, and this game was called Things Happen, and
You mean shit happens?
Yeah, but
yeah.
I'm
I
trying
get
to
you.
PG
Yeah. You PG it. I get you.
And what happened was that I kind of got unfair because it was between everything happens for a reason, and it's a game about what happens, what's the worst thing that can happen. So today I'm gonna bring you relationships because
relationships.
I'm stuck.
Talking relationships.
I'm stuck. I'm in that sticky glue, that Gorilla Glue. Like you know when you glue something on Gorilla Glue and you touch your face and it sticks to your face.
Hold on 1 second, Jacob. We also have the kids with us. Yes, King. Huh? Mommy's staying home. Mommy's going night-night. And then when we get home, Mommy's gonna get up, okay? Okay? Love you. Love you, Eden. Alright, so you're talking relationships, sticky glue. What you got?
Okay, so, this is girl. She just broke up with a boyfriend. But I'm tied between two girls. But she just broke up with a boyfriend, and I don't know what I should do. And she's my homie, like my ride or die best friend. Like,
so you're saying you're interested in this girl?
Yeah.
Flip that screen for me, because I have a feeling that camera's not the right way. You're interested in this girl.
Yeah.
You're also talking to another girl.
Mm-hmm.
And how long has she been going out with her boyfriend?
A month.
Okay.
And they just broke up, and now she's devastated. I feel bad.
Did she have a previous long-term relationship before that, or?
I haven't asked. I don't get into it.
There's a couple ways this can go. And we'll talk about her and we'll talk about you. So for her, let's say she did have like a long-term relationship before this guy that she broke up with. This guy that she broke up with might just be like a rebound. She might be hurting and thought that getting in a relationship may fix the problem, and turns out it didn't, and so she broke up with that person now. Or it could be that person is being an asshole and being a douchebag and treating her wrong or cheating or doing something like that, and so she decided to cut ties. Either way it goes, when you get out of a relationship and it's more time, more serious, that's why I say a month isn't so. Month's not too crazy, but if she was in something before, this is why it kind of matters. You need to let that person have time to find themselves and figure themselves out. Because it's easy to just jump into a relationship after you've gone through a breakup, especially if that person's now available and they once weren't. But if you do that, they may still have feelings for that other person. They might have not gotten over that. They may have just feelings about themselves, where they have doubt. They don't know who they really are right now, and they're just trying to figure themselves out. By starting another relationship can actually make it worse for you and also your friendship. But on the flip side of that, let's say she was dating this guy, just the wrong guy, for a month. Dope. And she's not the super serious type, doesn't take that, wasn't super invested in this relationship, then maybe it is that time to kind of jump in.
I'm gonna take this board and block you out right there.
Go ahead, roll.
So it was kind of like they were very serious, but like their lives around them created problematic for them, so they didn't really have like the best relationship, because like, you know how like if y'all are like still in two different houses, two different places, y'all not living together, and everything around you is going crazy, you don't have time to see each other, you don't have time to do things, you don't really have time because there's so much stress, worry, there's all this stuff building up, and you don't really have time to do anything. And I feel like
there's a lot that goes on. That's every serious relationship, especially as you get older. Like, you got job responsibilities, you got kid responsibilities, you got responsibilities to other people, commitments, family, all that. So all that is, none of those things are in like a straight parallel line at one time. Like, you could be like bossing up at work, but your home life is just fucked, where you're just like arguing every day. It could be like you're just hating your job and your home life is good, and say your home life is horrible and your school life is horrible. All those things just all combine. So everyone, I don't want to just like say just this one person, Jacob. You go through this shit too. Everybody has their own stuff that they're going through, their own storms. And so you're saying that this other person had their own storm, and she had her own stuff that she was going through, and it just wasn't working. It was just destroyed her. Yeah. So why do you think you could swoop in and be the hero?
Because I'm Batman. What do you mean? No, I'm just messing with you. Because like, I feel like the way the relationship was, it was really good, and I supported it. But it was just like, I feel like from my point of view, and my friend totally agrees, that for her to date him was like, they were always stressing. It wasn't like they had a relationship, like the relationship they had was bad. It was like, every time when something stressful got to them, they let it go too far. They didn't talk it out. It was like, communication is key to a relationship. That's
and all
how.
This in a month?
Yeah. Communication's key in a relationship, and I don't think they did proper communication. I don't think they worked their problems out. That's what happened. So I feel like, from my point of view, I'm better at communicating how I feel. I'm better at expressing myself, and she's very loyal. She's very like.
And she's been this is your best friend.
One of my best friends.
Does she dig you, or is it that you just kind of have feelings and you ain't told her? There's a difference in that.
I can't tell if she digs me or not, because like, okay. Let me explain why I can't tell.
All right.
Because when we're playing video games, or we're hanging out, or we're doing something together, she doesn't really like hint it. She doesn't throw it out there. I don't hint it either. So we both don't hint it. But we also, like, when it comes like a serious conversation, or if we're there, we'll always be there for each other. You see what I'm saying?
See, you're in a different space. It's a weird space. So when we haven't even got to the other person yet, so you're in a weird space, right? You have a very good friendship. You're saying this is your ride or die. You're Bonnie and Clyde, all that. Yeah. And so you have it really good. This is someone you can go to and talk to. It's not only is this person kind of breaking up, with somebody, this is like your bestie. So she may also feel like you just in the friend zone, bro. It's very hard, and I struggle with this my own self, to take a girl that's been like real good friends with you and turn her into a girlfriend. That's an uphill battle, because there's a certain way they feel about you. Has she been single? She's been single like before this 1 month, right? Mm-hmm. Like, she's been kind of like chilling single. Yeah. Like, and you've been single at a certain point in time, right? Mm-hmm. And have you guys both been single at the same time?
No.
So there's I'm gonna say my gut feeling, Jacob, is saying no go. But let's talk about this other girl. We haven't given her a chance yet.
Giving her a chance yet. The other girl, she's amazing. She just like lights up my day. She's just funny. She's like my best friend, and like, she just knows.
Wait, you can't have two best friends, Jacob.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, you're gonna have two.
You say you can't have multiple best friends.
That's what you
can't have multiple best friends.
So
really?
You got two best friends.
No. So it's like this. So I believe that you can have multiple best friends. You can't just have one best friend. Like
I agree with
it's like
you.
having multiple siblings. It's like having multiple siblings. Like you can't just say, oh, I have one sibling because I choose that sibling because he's better than the other person. No, you can't just say that.
There you go.
But I feel like if you're gonna spend a lot of time with somebody and you're gonna be there for the person, they're gonna. Okay, I'm gonna pull a quote from Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
If I'm dealing with something, right? If my bullshit is your bullshit and your bullshit is my bullshit, then we're best friends. But if you don't deal with my bullshit, then we're not friends.
I feel you on that. It's true. If you there for their downs, but they ain't there for your downs, it's good. I like that.
They're an acquaintance more than anything.
Yep. All right.
Take two.
All right, Kevin. Okay. This girl, does she like you?
I presume, yeah.
Why do you assume?
Just because she's been giving me hints, like, you know when you poke somebody?
Yes. We're just going on a drive, buddy. Okay.
You know when like you poke somebody and like you're trying to like throw out hints, but like you're both aren't sure.
Mm-hmm.
And like that, like we were both aren't sure, but we're both throwing out hints to each other.
You're having a hard time there, Jacob. That camera.
Yeah, the cameras don't want to stay, Will. I wonder who set it up.
We propped it on a baby blanket.
I wonder who set it up, Will.
Okay, well,
I'm just gonna hold it.
the choice seems clear. And is this person? Are both girls local?
No. Well, one's local, but one's not local.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what.
Is the second girl local?
No.
Okay, so the first girl is local. You got an interesting situation. Dude.
Yeah, I'm always kicking up a storm in this house, brother. I'm always kicking up a storm. There's always some lightning with my thunder.
But you FaceTime, you've talked to this other girl that's not local.
Yeah, I FaceTime everybody, honestly.
Okay. How long have... Oh. Alright, so it seems like you have the grass is greener going on in your mind right now. And you're young. That's dope.
Yeah.
You got options. But it seems like girl 2 likes you for you, and her shit is your shit, and your shit is her shit, and you guys understand that, and you actually talk like back to back to back on like FaceTime and Facebook video chat and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So this girl's real. It ain't just like where we used to like catfish the hell out of people. It ain't dope. It was a real person.
Yeah.
And then you have this other girl who is just getting out of a relationship. You don't
we
actually
do
know
communicate
if she
a lot,
likes
though.
you, but she the bestie. Bruh, you gotta go with girl number 2. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna put your foot in your mouth. You're gonna try to go after girl number 1. And I already know you're gonna try this anyway, but you're gonna try to go after girl number 1. And what's gonna happen is it may be that she's gonna friend zone you.
Yep.
There's a very big possibility, and you gonna get all mad because she friend zoning you. You put your heart out there. And
I'm not gonna get mad. I'm gonna get mad. No, I'm gonna get mad if like she's just like she friend zoned me and then like she just like you know when you get friend zoned and then you just stop talking.
Yeah, man.
Like I hate that. That's stupid. That's stupid. Like you've been best friends for 3 years and then like y'all start feeling affection for each other and then that's a problem.
Yeah.
How's that a problem?
Because you feel a different way than that person feels.
But that can always change.
With me, like period. And I tried
change.
for a while to make that like happen. Nope.
After your first rejection, I feel like if you get rejected once and they come back to you and ask you again, then don't do it.
Well,
like
my advice, Jacob, is regardless of how you go or where you go, you stay committed and you don't play the field. If you're going to talk to somebody, you talk to somebody. You ain't going to talk to somebody, you ain't going to talk to somebody. And make sure you were straight up to them when you're doing it. Because everybody hates that shit. I think you should go with girl number 2. Girl number 1 already got your back, so it ain't like you losing anybody. You just can't be intimate with that person.
Yeah.
So, and if it does turn out like girl number 2, y'all have a falling out, then like, you know, it's...
But how about this? What if girl number 1 likes me, she just hasn't like said anything about it?
You'll know if a girl likes you. You'll know if a girl likes you.
No.
Yes.
I'm very blunt. I'm very a person who don't notice things.
I'm telling you, you will know it.
I'm that one person in this world who, like, you can have the most best description of anything in the world, and it would take me a year to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you know what it is. All right. That answer your question?
Yeah.
You got anything else for me?
Oh, I can think of something real fast.
Go for it. We got 5 minutes.
All right. So, what do you do? What do you do when? How to put it? What do you do when?
Yeah, buddy. Uh-oh. Gotcha.
What do you do when things that you planned recently with a person don't turn out the way you think it would? You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, like, you pretend like you go on a date with somebody and, like, they just turn it into, like, something that's not supposed to be a date. Like, for example, like, I had plans with a friend, right? I'm thinking it's just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna hang out, or we're gonna go do something, and then I end up getting into a fight with somebody that I don't even know.
How?
Like, I wouldn't say it was pretty much how I got set up. It was pretty much like, it was kind of like, it was the wrong time or the wrong place for things, and I just accidentally got into an altercation.
You just feel like you was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. And I'm like,
how do you prevent that?
Yeah, how do I prevent?
Well,
is there any way you can prevent that, or is it just happen?
Well, know the people that you hang out with, for one. If they got a good track record for drama, you know that shit's gonna be random. Things gonna happen that you maybe don't anticipate. And don't get me wrong, if you're full of drama and you like that, and you got that life, then you already know what it is. But for me, I like random adventures, but I don't like random people popping up here and there that I don't know. You're giving me not enough information.
Okay, so like, what if you and Laura were like saying, oh yeah, we're gonna go on a date, we're gonna do like, somebody babysit the kids for a whole entire day.
Yes, babysit up for the whole day. Woo!
Yeah, and then like y'all plan on doing this, doing that. Y'all writing it down. Y'all doing all this crazy stuff. Then you start the first minute y'all start driving, and y'all just know it's gonna go wrong because y'all see obstacles in the way. Y'all see it. Y'all physically see the obstacles in the way, and then you end up going to like, I don't know, a bar, and then some guy tries to fight you because he was flirting with Laura.
I might have to fight somebody, but that's how life is. You can't plan life. Here goes a couple things to prepare, though, to be able to just bring yourself in, and I still have a hard-ass time with this, but one, your expectations. What you expect, the less you expect out of that event, the more you can protect yourself, but at the same time, the less invested you are in that thing. So it depends on what it matters to you. Like, if you're like, damn, going on a date, then yeah, I'm invested. So I'm gonna be, sad or upset if something like really throws it off. But I also have to recognize that things aren't just A, B, C, D. Things whenever me and Laura go on dates, it is never exactly what I planned. For example, I made we went on a date last week, and I made these really cool cards that kind of gave her the options of let's do A or B, and then like she went to there, and then I pulled up the next card, we did something else. And what I thought would happen was completely the reverse of what really happened. But it was fun regardless. So if you're able to be down for the adventure and down for that change, you'll enjoy it. Now, for random people showing up and you having to fight people, I mean, like, if someone comes at me and puts a gun to my kid's head or to my, to me, like, that's something that I'm not expecting, but I gotta react. I gotta do something about it.
But my teacher always says, like, you have to react in a positive way. Like, you can disarm a guy with a gun with your words. You don't have to fight them.
And so you have to, but that's something that you didn't expect. And it doesn't mean that you have to fight this person. It's like, what is it worth to you? Sometimes you gotta let go of your ego, let go of your pride. Sometimes, like, someone says something, or a girl says something to you that you really don't agree with, and you have a couple options. Either you can respond and be bitter and freaking whatever, which I do all the time, which I suck. But you also have the option to not respond, or also have the option to be kind too. It's just a weird dynamic, and you just have to accept that things aren't going to go your way, period. And usually not getting into mad confrontation is the best route, because especially when you're making decisions off of emotions versus, you know, using your brain, using your head, things, you know, like, things don't typically work out in your best favor. So yeah. All right, cool. So that wraps up today's Ask Will Mosley with Jacob Bowman, Sloth, Sleepy God, all that good jazz. Just to recap, we talked about relationships and kind of figuring out what way to go. So hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.